Guys, you know what I hate? I hate when people kill turtles for no good reason. For no good reason. It could be a turtle crossing the street, or they flip a turtle on his back. Or sometimes they flip a cow on his back. Like, why do people have to be so mean to animals? Animals don't do nothing to you unless you bother them. Like, but the most thing about it is, like, when, like, people hurt animals and they get away with it. They don't get any discipline, or they don't go to jail for, like, hurting these animals. But when they see a turtle crossing the street, they don't even slow down. They run it over. Or ducks. Some ducks, sometimes when I be driving, I be seeing these ducks cross the street, and I know that they know that they have rights and they can cross the street. One day I want to see, like, a turtle cross the street when it's like, and you know how people have, like, a little thing there for people could cross the street, and you press the button and you can, like, it says, like, when to go and stuff like that. So I saw this turtle, like, on the sidewalk, and it was so cute, because he was, like, walking on the sidewalk, like a human being. And he was not bothering no one, he was just trying to get to his destination. I hope he made it to his destination without any problems. And usually when I see, like, a turtle crossing the street, or, like, when they on the sidewalk trying to walk, and go where they want to go, I always pray for them. I always, like, put a prayer for them, to make sure they, like, get to their destination on point without getting hurt. I try to save all turtles. I try to save all turtles, but sometimes I can't really save them. One time I was driving along and I saw a turtle. He was not moving. I feel say one of the drivers run him over. But when I came back to that street again, I did not see him. So I'm thinking someone put him on the sidewalk or in the grass, because he's already dead. And sometimes I feel sad, because when people run over these turtles, they had a life before you run them over. They had a life before you start trying to cook them. They had a life. To me, turtles is just like a kid. People run over turtles, right? But for parents to see their kid get run over, don't you think that, like, don't you think they'll have, like, a feeling to that? I have a turtle, and every time I see a turtle get smushed by a car, I always, like, think, like, that could have been my turtle. Or for parents, that could have been your child that got run over by a car. That's how I feel. Every animal get run over, that could be your child just got run over. Who can say? I can't say, because a turtle or animal have a right to cross the street without getting run over. Just like a human being have a right to cross the street without getting run over. But sometimes people get run over regardless, just like animals. But it's mostly animals get run over more than people. Some kids get run over because when the bus stopped and the bus had the little blinker thingy, and some cars, like, pass them. Some kids get run over. I see, like, when I watch YouTube, sometimes I be seeing the news and they say some kids get run over because of these cars don't stop for the bus, right? I did it once. I didn't stop. One time, And after that, I did start stopping. But that one time I didn't stop is because I had to go to the bathroom and I couldn't hold it. And the bus was not going to stop there. He just had the blinkers, the yellow blinkers. He didn't stop. He was kept going. So it was not his destination to stop. I just went past him. I just did that. But to me, it is important for people to stop for buses, because that could have been your child get run over, You just don't know until it happens, So that's how I feel about how people are so cruel to these turtles and how they run them over for no good reason. So usually that happens, in the world. If I can, I will save every turtle. I will make a law that if you run over a turtle, you're going to jail. You shouldn't be running over no animal, even a duck. One time I was driving along, right, with my mom in the car, right? And no, it was my sister. So we was driving, and I saw like 6 ducks laid out in the road, dead, smushed, and it's like splatter all over the place. And I'm thinking that this person did this on purpose. He must have did like this and like that, the zigzag, and ran them all over in one day, I feel say that's not even necessary, Ducks have a right to cross the street or go to another house anybody had rights to like go to a place without getting run over, Why is it different for an animal to get run over and a human don't, I think they're both on the same boat, If you stop for a human, you should stop for an animal. But apparently people's not going to listen to me, But maybe when I get more subscribers and they have more feelings towards these kind of subjects, maybe they will even get a law. Like, if you run over an animal when it's not necessary and it's not harming you in any way, shape, or form, you shouldn't run them over or hurt them, I saw this video when this person was like, I think it was this person who was recording in a beach, and there was a lot of people there, and they flipped this sea turtle on his back, and then they put their child on the turtle's back, and the kid is stomping on him, And to me, watching that video, it made me so angry. If I coulda, and if it was even like, if this thing actually was like a reality, that I can reach into like the device I'm like watching and pull that kid by his neck and throw him off of that turtle, I would, because it got me so angry. Because I have a turtle and I don't want no one to do nothing to harm my turtle, I can understand that other people have a turtle, but they don't care for other turtles besides their own turtle, I don't accept that. To me, one time I was watching this anime, right? And it was like a cooking anime, right? It was this anime, and it was about these teen kids like cooking good cuisine foods, right? Until I got to this certain episode. I think it was 20 something. Or was it like 15 episode, right? I was watching it, right? And then they start cooking a turtle. And you know what I did? I delete that anime. I don't want to see that anime ever again in my life. The people who cook turtles, you're disgusting, to me, because I have a turtle and I don't want no one to harm my turtle, not even try to eat my turtle, because if you try to do that to my turtle or any turtle I'm seeing at the moment, because turtles can't like protect themselves, so I'm here to maybe try to protect all these other turtles, and if that do happen, that someone try to eat my turtle or harm them, your ass is grass, and I mean that. So I'd be like thinking that like, why people do these things, I'm gonna go to some of these countries, and like, because I want to travel eventually, I want to travel, but I'm kind of scared to travel because I don't want to die in a plane or a train or in a car or anything like that, right? But it's kind of funny because the first time I actually went on one of these things, like a plane, train, or whatever, right? It was a train. And the first time I thought I was going to be so scared getting on a train. And you guys, like, I love riding on a train. I didn't know I would love riding on a train until that day came I was riding on a train. It was pretty cool to me, and it was a brand new experience, I rode a train with a group, and it opened my eyes, you shouldn't be scared. You could be scared, but try something new, try something what you're scared of. Like, one time I was like scared of like cutting my hair very short, but apparently I did it, and I didn't care what people said. My mom said it was ugly, and I shouldn't cut it that short and stuff like that. I didn't care what she said because it was on my head, you know. So I was scared of going on a train, but I conquered my fears, you know. It made me much stronger, you know, going on that train and feeling like it's nothing wrong with going on a train. It won't crash, you know. I'm assuming it won't crash, but sometimes trains do crash, you know. But that time I didn't get in a crash. It didn't go in it didn't crash or anything like that. So I was kind of happy about that, you know. So do something new, guys. Like, if you see something you're scared of, try it, you know. You never know if you will like it or not. That's what I did. And apparently I love riding on a train. If I could, oh yeah, I gotta renew my train I think picture, because it was 2020. I had to renew it, but I didn't get able to, like, I didn't had the opportunity to, like, renew my train picture, you know. Eventually I will, because I want to go back on the train one more time, and I'll maybe bring y'all guys along, you know. And maybe I'll bring someone else with me, you know, so I don't be alone on the train, you know. So the first time I got on the train, it was on the bottom part. So it was two parts to it, you know, the top part and the bottom part. The first time we went on the bottom, and then we went to this museum for, like, science. I love science. So I was so excited because of that, you know. And then we came back from the science museum. We went on the top part, you know. And it was so cool. I'm, like, looking. It was like a brand new world for me, you know, going on a train. So, guys, if you have these kind of stories, like, comment down below, you know, because I really want to know about all these things, you know. What is in your mind, or what you're seeing, or you think, or what you're scared of. But you can accomplish it, you know. So, like and subscribe, turn your notifications on. I'll see you later. Bye.